In tonight's Where Do We Grow From Here segment, a trendy new housing development is knocking on Tulsa's door. The city is on the verge of its first tiny home neighborhood. The developer just needs to clear a few hurdles before people can start moving in. 3 generations of Andrea Chase's family grew up in this West Tulsa home.
When I was growing up, this was the garden area. We always had potatoes, okra, corn, all of that.
The property lies between West 81st and 91st Streets.
Hey, Moonbeam. How you doing?
5 acres of urban farmland Andrea wants to turn into a tiny home neighborhood.
I'm hoping by next spring, probably late spring, we'd be looking at putting our first tiny house here.
Playing off the latest housing trend of downsizing and maximizing efficiency, all the homes built would be less than 1,000 square feet.
This is probably a little bit more along the lines of what I'm going to go with. They're called bungalow courts.
Each home would have a patio, and the community would have common areas like a courtyard and indoor space. But Andrea says she still has a long way to go. First, she has to get the land rezoned for higher density living.
Making her application to rezone is basically like step 1.
The Indian Nation's Council of Governments is helping Andrea with the redevelopment process.
She's way far down here in the southwest.
Nathan Foster's job with NCOG is to ask questions up front.
There's going to have to be a definite differentiation between something like a mobile home park or an RV park.
He says Andrea's already informed her neighbors of the new plans, but their feedback could determine its future.
It's really hard to say this early on how that's going to be received.
It's a project Andrea says can include everyone for a lifestyle that leaves everything else behind.
And that's the whole thing about the tiny house movement and downsizing. Simplify your life to where you don't have so many things cluttering your mind and your life.
So she has a rezoning meeting with the Planning Commission next week, and she wants to name the community Walden in South Tulsa after the book by Henry David Thoreau, where he writes about living a simple life.
You'll have to keep us posted on our progress. Sure.